With all the unfortunate news about Overwatch dropping and the community basically in flames over the past couple of days, a lot of people have been asking me, where do we go from here? Asking specifically what I and this channel is going to do with Overwatch for the foreseeable future, and also asking me for advice about what you should do going forward. Whether you're interested in Overwatch, not interested, mad, not mad about the announcement, let's talk about it. Now, at this point, everyone knows about the announcement, about all the changes to PvE and the changes to Overwatch 2 as a whole, and everyone is on a spectrum of annoyed, from slightly annoyed at Blizzard to super pissed and wanting to legit boycott the game. I've seen every spectrum possible. Even people saying that you should uninstall the game, not play Overwatch anymore, just completely dip out. Even if you still enjoy the game, you shouldn't play it anymore, just to send a message. And on the flip side, I've seen people say that it's really not that big of a deal. They pretty much expected all of this and nothing has changed for them. And everyone is going to have a different perception on the events that happened based on how excited you were at what was announced, how interested you were in Overwatch 1 at the time, and how against you were to all the changes that happened towards the end of the Overwatch 1 life cycle and going into Overwatch 2. So everyone's gonna feel a different way about it, but the vast majority of you are frustrated, understandably frustrated with Overwatch and with Blizzard, and I don't blame you. But the weird situation is, where does that leave this channel? A channel that was literally born of Overwatch 2. Yes, I've been a content creator in the past, but that was always part of a company, and on my own solo adventure, I built this channel seemingly out of nowhere, but now things are rocky, very rocky. And a lot of people are wondering if I'm going to stick around in Overwatch, or suggesting me to go and do other content on different games. But there's a couple of things you got to consider. Number one, and this is probably the most important part of the entire thing, I still enjoy Overwatch. I know that that's kind of weird to say, but I've always enjoyed the gameplay of Overwatch, and when we look out and look beyond at every other game that's in the market right now, what is there to actually make content over and play that actually has a lot of the things that I love about Overwatch in it, right? One of the things that I really don't like is battle royales. I've never been a fan, and the closest thing, the most similar thing to Overwatch that's out there is Apex, and that's a battle royale, and it just is a disconnect for me. On top of that, this channel is an education channel about Overwatch. It's a very specific niche in a very specific game, and all of you that watch my content are those of you who are more interested in the PvP aspect anyways. And I do know that there's some overlap, and there's a lot of you that are still going to be upset, but the reality of it is my channel wasn't really meant for casual viewers nearly as much as people that are on the more competitive side, interested in the more competitive side. And while I know things are frustrating now, and we all have our problems with Overwatch, the competitive side is still the same as it was 2, 3, 4 months ago, and we're still going to cover it the same. Now, this by all means doesn't mean that you can't just want to take a break from Overwatch. And in fact, for most of you, I would suggest to take a break from Overwatch. It's okay to be frustrated, and even though we got a big roadmap of everything that's coming, all the really exciting stuff is really going to be in Season 6 and Season 7, and we're not there yet. We still have to get all the way through the end of Season 4 and then through Season 5, so it's okay to, like, you know, sit it out for a bit. Maybe you stop in for a couple of the little events, but for the most part, if you want to take a break, now might be the time you should take a break. Now, even though I'm still going to post consistent uploads about Overwatch, and I'm still going to keep up with that daily upload schedule, I might intermingle a couple different types of videos here and there. You already have seen my historical videos where I talk about the history of Overwatch, but I'd like to take that a step further, talking about news and lore stories that have to do with just all FPS shooters, maybe not even just specifically Overwatch, and that's something that I might try here and there. If you don't know, the original way that I built my subscribers on this channel was actually with shorts centered around Halo lore, because back when I was a kid, I read all the books. Now, once again, 90% of my content is still going to be Overwatch educational content. I'm still going to be doing private coaching. I'm still going to be streaming Overwatch educational content, and I'm still going to be primarily an Overwatch content creator, but I do want to expand my horizons a little bit. And honestly, I post every single freaking day, so it's not like all of you are watching every single video anyways, so I don't really think you'll miss having a video here and there not covering Overwatch educational content. And most of you have been asking for some other types of stuff, so perhaps let me know what kind of videos you want to see, whether it's controversials in esports, FPS stories, or more. Let me know what kind of content you want to see on this channel, and what kind of educational content about Overwatch you still actively want to see. I also fully understand if you want to disconnect and take a break for a couple of months, 4, 5, 6 months, however long you need, that's perfectly understandable. But whether you stay or whether you go, whether you watch my other content or my Overwatch content, I really appreciate each and every one of you for just being here. Like 7 months ago, I was nearly unemployed, but thanks to each and every one of you, I have grown as a content creator, built my channel, and even if Overwatch starts declining for whatever reason, I think I'll be just fine, and I have all of y'all to thank. So I appreciate y'all being here, and whether I see you next video or if I see you 6 months from now or even never again, thank you for coming by, and I wish y'all the best.